One of the greatest mistakes a person can make is believing they already know enough. The moment you stop learning, you stop seeing, you stop growing. You become trapped inside an old version of yourself while life continues to move forward. Growth is not something that happens automatically with age. Many people grow older, but very few truly grow wiser. Wisdom comes from remaining a student of life. It comes from understanding that every day, every challenge, every conversation, and every setback has something to teach you. The person who remains curious continues to evolve. The person who thinks they have arrived remains exactly where they are. Take a moment and observe the world around you. Everything in nature is constantly changing. The seasons change, trees grow, rivers flow. Nothing remains the same. Yet many people resist change within themselves. They cling to old beliefs, old habits, and old ways of thinking. Then they wonder why they feel stuck. Life rewards those who adapt. It rewards those who are willing to learn, reflect, and transform. If you remain the same while the world continues to evolve, eventually you will find yourself disconnected from reality. Not because the world is against you, but because you refused to grow with it. Education is not merely the collection of facts. It is not about degrees, titles, or certificates hanging on a wall. True education is the cultivation of awareness. It is learning how to observe yourself. It is understanding your strengths and recognizing your weaknesses. It is becoming conscious of your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits. Many people spend years studying the external world, but never spend a single day studying themselves. Yet the quality of your life depends less on what you know about the world and more on what you know about your own mind. Every experience contains a lesson if you are willing to pay attention. Success teaches. Failure teaches. Rejection teaches. Disappointment teaches. Some of the most important lessons in life come through struggle. Most people try to avoid discomfort, but discomfort is often where growth begins. When you step beyond what is familiar, you discover what you are capable of becoming. The challenge is not to avoid difficulty. The challenge is to use difficulty as a tool for development. Every obstacle can either make you bitter or make you wiser. The choice belongs to you. Consider a bamboo tree. For years after it is planted, there appears to be little or no growth above the surface. Yet beneath the ground, an extensive root system is forming. The tree is preparing itself for future growth. When it finally emerges, it grows rapidly because its foundation is strong. Human development follows a similar principle. Much of your most important growth happens where nobody can see it. It happens in the quiet moments when you choose discipline over comfort, learning over entertainment, and patience over instant gratification. These moments may seem insignificant, but they are building the foundation of the person you will become. Many people want extraordinary results without committing to the process that creates them. They want confidence without discomfort, success without failure, mastery without practice. But life does not work this way. Every skill requires repetition. Every achievement requires patience. Every transformation requires time. The beginner often feels frustrated because progress appears slow, yet the person who persists eventually discovers that small daily improvements create remarkable results over the years. The secret is not intensity. The secret is consistency. Observe the people who continue to grow throughout their lives. They remain humble. They do not assume they know everything. They listen more than they speak. They ask questions. They remain open to new perspectives. Their strength comes not from pretending to be knowledgeable, but from their willingness to learn. Humility is not weakness. Humility is the recognition that there is always more to understand. The moment you become teachable, you become capable of transformation. The modern world provides access to more knowledge than any generation in history has ever possessed. A person can learn almost anything from anywhere. Yet despite this abundance of information, many people remain distracted. They spend hours consuming content that adds little value to their lives. They feed their minds with noise rather than wisdom. Knowledge alone is not enough. What matters is the quality of what you allow into your mind. Just as the body becomes a reflection of what it consumes, the mind becomes a reflection of what it repeatedly absorbs. If you wish to change your life, begin by changing what you consume each day. Learning is not limited to books. Some of life's greatest lessons come from direct experience. Failure teaches resilience. Loss teaches gratitude. Difficulty teaches strength. Relationships teach patience and understanding. Every challenge contains information that can help you grow if you are willing to reflect upon it. The problem is that many people experience the same lesson repeatedly because they never stop to learn from it. Life continues to present the lesson until the lesson is understood. Failure, in particular, is one of the most misunderstood teachers. People fear failure because they associate it with inadequacy. But failure is not evidence that you are incapable. It is evidence that you are trying. Every meaningful achievement contains countless moments of failure hidden beneath the surface. The person you admire today has likely faced more setbacks than you can imagine. What separates them from others is not talent. It is their willingness to continue despite difficulty. They understand that every mistake provides information. Every setback reveals something that can be improved. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process that creates it. Imagine if a child stopped trying to walk after falling for the first time. Progress would never occur. Yet adults often do exactly this. They attempt something new, encounter difficulty, and immediately conclude that they are not capable. Growth requires a different mindset. Instead of asking, "Am I good at this?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" One question leads to judgment. The other leads to development. Your future is shaped not by what happens to you, but by how you interpret and respond to what happens. The people who make the greatest impact in the world share one common quality. They remain lifelong students. They understand that learning is not a phase of life, it is a way of life. They continue to seek knowledge long after others become comfortable. They continue to question assumptions long after others stop thinking. They continue to refine themselves long after others become complacent. This commitment to continuous growth is what allows them to adapt, evolve, and contribute at a higher level. Knowledge becomes even more powerful when it is shared. Teaching forces you to deepen your understanding. It reveals gaps in your thinking. It transforms information into wisdom. You do not need to be a master to teach. You only need to be willing to share what you have learned. When you help another person grow, you strengthen your own understanding at the same time. This is why teaching and learning are inseparable. The more you give, the more deeply you understand. Many people invest enormous amounts of time and money into external appearances while neglecting the development of their minds. Yet appearances fade, trends change, material possessions come and go. The mind remains your most valuable asset. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every lesson you learn becomes a part of you. No economic downturn, no loss, and no circumstance can take away the wisdom you have genuinely earned. Knowledge compounds over time. It creates opportunities. It expands possibilities. It changes how you perceive the world and how you respond to it. Your life is ultimately shaped by the quality of your awareness. If you are unconscious, you will repeat the same patterns year after year. If you become aware, you gain the power to change. Awareness allows you to recognize destructive habits before they control your future. Awareness allows you to see opportunities that others overlook. Awareness allows you to respond rather than react. This is why self-education is so important. The more clearly you see yourself, the more intentionally you can shape your life. Do not wait for the perfect moment to begin. The perfect moment does not exist. Begin where you are. Learn what you can today. Read one page. Ask one question. Reflect on one lesson. Take one small step forward. Transformation is rarely dramatic. More often, it is the result of thousands of small decisions repeated consistently over time. The person you become tomorrow is being shaped by what you choose to do today. Remain curious, remain humble, remain disciplined. understand that growth is not a destination, but a lifelong practice. Life will continue to teach you as long as you are willing to learn. Every day offers a lesson. Every challenge offers an opportunity. Every failure offers insight. The question is not whether wisdom is available. The question is whether you are paying attention. Continue to cultivate your mind. Continue to strengthen your character. Continue to learn from life itself. Because when you master your mind, you transform your life. And when you commit yourself to lifelong growth, there is no limit to who you can become.